All right, YouTube. So quick rear brake job on a 2011 Toyota Camry V6. It's a simple job. Shouldn't take too long at all. I already jacked up the car, and so I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very simple. We're selling the car, so we're just changing the pads on it because the pads are kind of low. So just a quick job. It shouldn't take you no more than 15 to 30 minutes total. So I'll be showing you what you got to do and what tools you need. All right, be right back. All right, so here's the tools: some brake cleaner, a screwdriver. Make sure it's all chewed up by your dog. You need one of those to be able to clamp in your caliper. Your piston needs to go in, your caliper piston, so definitely need one of these. You don't need this, but I use the Milwaukee ones, but you need a 14 millimeter. So yeah, you definitely need a 14 millimeter. 21 millimeter to take off your tire, your wheel and tire when you bleed your brakes. I use these little pumps. Pumps are great because no air goes back in. You don't need two people. So put this on there. You're also going to need a little 11 millimeter to open up this the bleed, and then you just pump up pressure. Then when you remove it, it automatically comes out a little bit, and it allows you to push in your piston. Something to drain stuff in, so you won't make a mess in your driveway. That's basically it, guys. Okay, be right back. Let me take the tire off, and we'll be right back. Okay, so wheels off. I always put it under the car for safety. And there she is right there. That's what we're gonna be. That's what we're dealing with. So there's two bolts, 14 millimeter, 14 millimeter. These are the two bolts you got to remove. And that's it. There's no more other bolts other than the bleed screw you got to remove. There's 11 millimeters. Not remove it, but just untighten a little bit, and then use this guy. So we're removing these two bolts. Pull that out. What I like to do beforehand, before I start, you just spray down your area. And that will dry out here really quick. So once you do that, then you go ahead and remove the two 14 millimeter bolts. Be right back. Okay, so once you have it taken apart, that's what you're looking at. So you want these pins right here, these slide out. You want to pull them out and lubricate them up, and then those two here, because this is going to slide back and forth with the ones once this guy right here, it's sliding. So once your piston slides around, this will slide with it. So that's one of the things you got to do. You want to lubricate these guys really good too. That's what I use. Brake parts lubricant, Ceramic Extreme. I mean, I use a lot of this in my SF, so you don't really need extreme ceramic for a Toyota Camry, but I go ahead and do it. So that's what I put on all this stuff. It's not really, it's basically the same price, a little bit more expensive, but it's no big deal. But that's what I use. So then you want to take the cap off right here, 11 millimeter, loosen it up. Before you loosen it up, attach this, put some pressure on it, so when you loosen it up, fluid will come out, but no air will come in. And then take the piston, take that tool, squeeze it while it's loose. It'll push fluid out into here, and no air will come out in the system. And then you get your you get your piston in the right place, and then at that point you can start putting your brake pads on. Okay, so be right back. Okay, so I slid the brakes back on, slid the caliper piston right back on. So basically you see where the lubrication points is, and I'll clean that up a little bit. And then these pins were lubricated, and then the 14s are back on. This was bled already, so everything's basically back on. All I gotta do is tighten those 14 millimeters back, and then at that point double check everything, and then go ahead and pump the brakes, put the wheels back on, and make sure we got fluid, and we're done. Okay, so she's nice and tight, everything is good, and that's how you put brakes on a 2007 through 2011 Camry. But basically Siennas and a bunch of other cars, Avalons, have the same type of rear brakes, a lot of cars, but that's basically the procedure. Okay, guys, if you've got any questions, go ahead and post them on the, on the chat in the bottom. And hope you like. And if you like, go ahead and subscribe. I got a lot of videos like this and some other performance stuff on the way. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.